All right, welcome back. I'm now going to show you guys how to do a 2-point perspective and maybe go over a 1-point perspective. I'll probably put that in another video. Okay, in case anybody's curious, here's my website. It is davidmwestartclass.weebly.com. Let me bring that up really close so y'all can see it. Here I am in all my glory. Pause. All right, look it up. I should be posting videos on there and getting stuff done there. You can also go to my YouTube channel, which is, hang on a second, my YouTube channel. I'm looking it up now. This is what I get for not being prepared. Oh yeah. Mr. West Intro. Where's my YouTube channel? My channel. It's Mr. West Art Class. Mr. West's Art Class. And of course, you can always email me at my email address, which is david.west@fwsd.org or at david.westart@gmail.com. There we go. Alrighty, so let's get to drawing. Let me go back to this video. Cool. All right, there's all that. You might notice that I'm drawing in just a regular notebook. I had a couple emails presented to me yesterday saying, Mr. West, can I draw just on lined paper or can I drop that drawing paper? You can draw on any paper that's available in your house, seriously. So any paper that you want to draw on, you can. You can draw on cardboard, manila paper. Don't draw on toilet paper. That's very valuable right now. So I suggest not drawing on toilet paper. Not to mention you might need to use it later. But yeah. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do a 2-point perspective. Really simple, really easy 2-point. So I'm just going to take my piece of paper, make it landscape or horizontal. And I'm going to go ahead and scratch out a horizontal line, or otherwise known as the horizon line. You might notice my line is not straight. Your line doesn't have to be straight. Straight lines aren't really necessary. But if you do want to make a straight line, I'm going to show you how to make a ruler or just a straight edge. You get a piece of paper and you tear it out and then you just fold it. Any fold that you make on a piece of paper is going to be straight. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold it. There we are. Nice folded. There we go. All right, let me go back to this part. Since we're making a 2-point perspective, I'm going to put 2 dots on my horizon line. I'm going to try to put them pretty far apart. One over there, and I'm going to put the other one over here. And now I'm going to make 3 kinds of lines. I'm going to make a perpendicular line to the horizon line. All of them are going to be perpendicular actually, but I'm going to make one cross the horizon line. I'm going to put it right there. Then I'm going to make one up here. Then I'm going to put another one down here. And I'm going to draw one with the straight edge that I made. And then I'm going to draw one without the straight edge to show you that it's okay if you don't have a straight edge or if you don't want to use one. If you're like, I'm not comfortable with this, it's totally cool. So I'm going to go ahead and draw this one over here. So the trick to doing a 2-point perspective is the top and the bottom of each one of these lines is going to go to a vanishing point. The top and bottom of each one of these lines is going to go to a vanishing point. So hold on a second, I'm trying to move my camera around so everyone can see the entire piece of paper. There we go. All right, so let's take, for example, this one down here, this guy, this one right here. So the top and the bottom, I'm going to draw a line from the top and the bottom and go to this vanishing point. And I'm going to draw a line from the top and the bottom going to that vanishing point. Now again, I'm going to move my piece of paper around a lot. So whenever I draw, I don't keep it stationary. I move it around. So I'm going to go from the top to this line. Then I'm going to go from the top all the way over here to that line right there. So I'm going to go ahead and move stuff around and do a little bit of aiming because that's a long shot. All right. Now you might notice I did not go ahead and touch it all the way, but I'm going to just do that, squeeze that out really quick. Let me scoot that up so everyone can see. Then I'm going to go from the bottom to that dot. Whoa, whoa, what happened? Oh, my computer just fell asleep. Okay. All right, so then I'm going to go from the bottom to there, from the top to there. So I guess I'm going to have to touch my computer every now and then. Okie doke. And then I'm going to make a line parallel to this one. If you remember, parallel means two lines that run right next to each other without touching. So parallel lines run next to each other without touching. That means I can have parallel lines that are really far apart or parallel lines that are really close together, but they run and not touch. They run right next to each other, never touch. Unlike perpendicular lines, they touch, but they cross each other at a 90-degree angle, just like that. So, in the case of this, I'm going to make a parallel line to this one. I'm going to make another one up here. And just because I didn't mean for this to happen, but I actually can make another one right there and just follow that little blue line. But there it is. And then I'm going to make another one over here, just like that. What this does is this cuts off my box and puts an end to it, meaning this box, or this cube, cannot go on forever and ever, because that's what the vanishing points represent. They represent infinity. They represent going on forever and ever, and they never stop. Well, this is not reality, but with COVID-19, anything can happen now. But for the time being, we're just going to go ahead and stop it right here, just like that. But now we have two new corners. So you might notice up here, this corner and that corner went to the two vanishing points. That means this corner and that corner also has to go to the two vanishing points. Well, I already have a line going from this corner to this vanishing point. Now I have to draw a line from this corner going over to that vanishing point. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that real fast. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my paper, because turning my paper helps me. You also might notice I'm not being perfect. There's no such thing as perfection in art. There's perfection in math. You can talk to Ms. Lamore about that, or Ms. Jacoby. But as for me, art does not have to be perfect, as long as you just show some effort. And of course, you just saw me draw a line from this corner off to that vanishing point, because I already have a line going from this corner to that vanishing point. And what do we have now? We have our cube. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of cross-hatching just to show some definition in here. I'm not using smooth value scales because I'm not using a pencil, I'm using a pen. I like drawing with pens, personally. It shows confidence to draw with a pen. I enjoy it. All right, and I'm going to go ahead. You also might notice that things that are further away get darker, and as they get closer to us, they get lighter. So there's always that. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw this object right here. Of course, the top and the bottom go back to this vanishing point over here, and the top and the bottom go back to that vanishing point. This time, I'm going to use my straight edge just to show you guys it can be done. So make sure I line up the top of that line to my vanishing point. I'm going to go ahead and draw my line. Don't press too hard, because this piece of paper is pretty flimsy and it'll bend really easy. It's just more of a guide, really. Yep, there we are. Ta-da! And then I'm going to go ahead and draw one over here. And of course, after I get done, you'll notice that I have these two walls going off into infinity. So I have this wall going off into infinity, and I have this wall going off infinity. This cannot happen in real life. We got to cut it out. Just like that. And then here is my cube. There it is. And I'm going to add a little bit of value to it, just so it sticks out. You can be like, oh, check that out. That looks like an actual cube. Yep, good times, good times. Yep, there it is. And you can like make it look really big or something. Then I'm going to go ahead and do this one up here. I don't like using a straight edge personally, because I think it's time consuming, and I feel very confident in my straight lines. So I'm just going to go ahead and just bust them out and draw them. You might also notice I'm turning and moving my paper, and I also encourage you to turn and move your paper. you might also notice I am practicing my line before I actually draw it. There we go. Now I'm going to cut it off. Then I have my two new corners. This one goes down here, and this one goes over here, like this. All right. So you might be wondering, where on earth do I see these things? Where on earth do I see perspective drawings and two-point perspective drawings? Well, if you look down a hallway, if you look down a street, if you look down, but virtually anything really, everything is technically a perspective drawing. We're actually born in our brains a preloaded app into our heads that states what is close and what is far. So I'm going to give you a brief lesson on that. But this is how to do a two-point rough draft. So this is a two-point rough draft. So if you turn this in, you can turn it in on the Google Drive if you're a Trimble Tech kid. But if you're a Success student or if you're one of Miss Villa Courses students, you can email it to me. My email address is david.west@fwsd.org. Look at that great handwriting, isn't it great? Or you can send it to david.west.art@gmail.com. All right, so this is what I would take for a two-point rough draft. You can also take one off of the Googles and look one off of YouTube, but it's relatively straightforward. And I will go into how to make a final here in a bit. All right, thank you so much and have a great day.